Now to present our next award, representing Great West Life Assurance Company, an 18-year sponsor of the Courage to Come Back Awards, with this, their 14th year as a distinguished gold partner, please welcome Regional Vice President Francesco Disciuni.
This award recognizes a person who has endured major trauma or injury, which has required extensive physical rehabilitation, and who has gone on to support and to inspire others.
I didn't like the way I looked. I thought I was broken and destroyed. You're thinking, who's going to ever love you or accept you for who you are?
He was doing what he did every Friday, hanging out with his buddies, doing a little drinking, speeding around town in a souped-up Chevy Impala. The driver had not been drinking, but he was speeding. The roads were dry. A hairpin turn, and suddenly, in a heartbeat, his life was forever changed when the car crashed into a telephone pole and exploded in an all-engulfing, all-consuming fireball. His 3 buddies were all killed, but he survived. Agonizing, incinerating third-degree burns covered almost 75% of his body. He was unrecognizable, that young man named John Westhaver. Barely alive when he reached the hospital, doctors put him in a drug-induced coma so he wouldn't have to endure the pain. John's heart stopped multiple times as his body tried simply to shut down. For 30 days he struggled to survive, and then they woke him up to a world of unimaginable pain. Woke him up, but wouldn't tell him what had happened to his friends. He wasn't allowed to look in a mirror. Every day, twice a day, he went through excruciating pain as nurses changed his dressings. Skin grafts and daily physiotherapy added to his agony. But that physical pain was nothing to the pain he experienced the day he learned that his 3 best friends had died. Loneliness and grief consumed him. Anger at the driver of the car burnt brightly, and then was slowly extinguished by a toxic, caustic tide of guilt that scarred his mind as surely as the fire had scarred his body. All wrapped up in the question that no one could answer. Why did they die and I survived? John's grief was a bottomless well. The community tried their best. Their love and support was immense, but John was not ready for their love. He was not ready for counseling or any other type of support. His appearance was radically changed, but his heart was still the heart of an arrogant teenager, and he was determined to get well on his own terms. And for a time, it seemed to be working. Physically, John was healing. Twice daily dressing changes soon became once a day, and then once a week. He underwent surgery after surgery for skin grafts on his hands, chest, face, back, arms, and legs. "I'm fine, don't worry about me," he would say. But while his body was getting stronger, his guilt was undiminished. The self-confidence that marked pre-accident John had deserted him. Whenever he caught a glimpse of his face in the mirror, he would think, who could ever love me this way? Make no mistake, people tried to help. Family, friends, they all rallied round John. He did not date, too ashamed of his appearance. He had determined that he would live life as a single person. That is until John moved to Victoria. And whether it was the move or whether it was just time, John's life began to change for the better. John moved to Victoria to be close to his brother, and there he joined a burn survival support group. Through this group, he discovered that he could help others, that he could make a difference, and suddenly John had a purpose, and his life changed once again. John felt he could help others by sharing his journey. He joined Toastmasters and gave his first presentation in 2002. He began to date, and in 2004, he met the love of his life. John fell in love with the beautiful Brianna. And more importantly, Brianna fell in love with John, every scarred, broken, and damaged inch of him. Finally, the old fears fled, because Brianna helped John see himself as she saw him. Someone worthy of love, someone worthy of a happy ending. Brianna and John were married in 2006, and last year, Abigail was born. As a public speaker, John has given over 500 presentations at high schools across Canada and the US about the dangers of excessive speed. John continues to volunteer with the Burn Survivor Group, and he is also co-chair of the Burn Survivor Committee, a group of burn survivors and medical professionals who stage a conference once every 2 years. In 2012, John received the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal in recognition for his community service, bravery, courage, and resilience.
I knew at some point in life that I would get married, I would have somebody who loves me, because when I was burnt, all of my fingers were hurt and damaged except for my ring finger.
Take a close look, because you're looking at an amazing man. This is John Westhaver, and John has the courage to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Courage to Come Back Award recipient for physical rehabilitation, John Westhaver.
I want to first off thank everybody involved with the Coast Mental Health Courage to Come Back Award and those that helped put this together. A huge thank you to you. I want to start off by thanking also Mel Cooper for introducing me to this prestigious award and organization, and Kathy Bond for nominating me. And I also want to thank everybody that wrote supporting letters that supported my nomination. Thank you for that. I also want to thank my wife, Brianna, sitting up here in the front, my baby, Abigail. I also want to thank... I'm a little nervous. This is the biggest crowd I've spoken in front of, so let's just shake that off. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I also want to thank everybody that supported me throughout my journey, like my family, my friends, the community of St. Stephen, New Brunswick. I would not be the person I am today. I would not be doing what I do today had it not been for their support. So really just a huge thank you to them. I also want to thank the Firefighter Burn Fund of Victoria, BC, for supporting me as well. I want to thank ICBC for also supporting me in what I do. They are committed that every high school student that graduates high school in BC hears a message of safety from a speaker. So I just really committed to saying thank you for allowing me to be on the team and to make the biggest difference I can. When I was thinking about this speech today, I was just really getting that, what do I want to leave you guys with? And it's, I want to paint a picture. I'm 18 years old, fun-loving guy, just full of life, partying, enjoying life, a month and a half from high school graduation, out on a Friday night, living my dream, just having fun. The next moment, I wake up and I'm in a hospital room. I look around, I don't recognize the room I'm in, and I look down and I look at my body and I'm covered in bandages. I'm scared. I have no idea what happened or what went wrong, why I'm here. I later discovered that I sustained burns to 75% of my body and a broken arm. They told me the worst was over. I later found out that I lost 3 friends in that fatal car crash. Surviving the burns was the easy part. Surviving life, the surgeries, was the easy part. The hard part was losing my friends. Losing 3 teenage guys, one being my best friend, was one of the hardest things I went through. I struggled for 23 years. The blame and the guilt that overcame me every time I thought about it. That blame and guilt that I had inside fueled me to make the difference I make today. And it has me get out and share my story and share the difference I make in the community. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me during the way and is rooting for me, and just really thank you for everybody. Thank you.